Here's what Meghan and Harry haven't figured out at why Archwell is such a non-existent entity. You can't do everything and you must focus. Then you can give tertiary support to install movements. Ask yourself, what are the primary issues two other members of the royal family committed to? King Charles, the environment, economic support for disadvantaged youth, the Prince's Trust, architecture, historic preservation, sustainable and local farming and fishing, arts and crafts movement, Queen Camilla, the arts, domestic abuse, literacy, Prince William, the environment, wildlife conservation, sports and mental health, Catherine, Princess of Wales, early childhood development, mental health. Camilla is also very into osteoporosis foundations because her mother suffered from it. Princess Anne, Save the Children, equestrian-linked causes, military, Duke of Edinburgh, DOE Foundation and awards. But yes, all senior royals follow things for years. Focusing on a few primary causes allows each of them to umbrella them into other things. For example, Catherine, with her early childhood development theme, can work with midwives, prenatal and natal care, postpartum issues, baby supplies, pre-K education, mental health support for parents, at-risk children, etc. She's able to make and direct a real impact on the causes she has committed to. Versus the Sussex, Harry had Invictus, but other than showing up to the actual competition and a few Zoom calls, what's he done for them really? It's a fantastic organization, and he'd have fared far better PR-wise if he'd focused on it and other veteran issues, instead of suing everyone who writes anything he doesn't agree with. Or his self-owning personal hagiography. Or the wife, who insists on being titled Duchess of Sussex, a global icon, influencer, philanthropist, or whatever adjective she's insisting follow her name now. What are her issues that she's given more than 5 minutes to, instead of 5 years? I can't name one. Meghan's getting that Ms. Foundation Award for work on racial inequality. What work has she actually done on race inequality other than to marry outside her race and seek equality that way? Yet that isn't the point, or even the real issue. She can marry whomever will propose to her. The point is, what work has she actually done to address it? She slandered the family she married into, then backtracked and called it unconscious bias when it actually wasn't. She then went on to totally and completely misunderstand in a grand way the manner in which her children would receive royal titles. So the very thing she's supposed to be awarded for doesn't exist, because most of it was spuriously manufactured based on lies, deceit, and untruths. And yet this is the foundation on which her scant work on racial inequality is being promoted and built. But not only is it impossible for genuine charity to be founded on lies, deceit, and falsehoods, she's actually establishing any charity on such rocky ground. But this actually is a myopic cause to promote that doesn't speak to the universal. It does little to serve all people regardless of sex, gender, race, etc., and merely caters to a select group of humans she considers worthy of her focus, platform, and voice. Now, one thing Michelle Obama does, to the best of her ability, is to stir away from overly slanted, politically driven human causes. She tends to speak to the universal in a universal language. She doesn't always hit the mark, and sometimes when she veers into politics, there is the danger of veering too much into issues of political ideology that may stir up divisiveness. Or for her to be seen as divisive, which is something she truly dislikes. She dislikes divisive politics that fail to bring people together. This is where things can be truly tricky for those who seek longevity in their philanthropy, without coming across as seemingly biased one way or the other, and have common folk hold some issue over it. Another person who does universal service and doesn't quite get enough credit is Jimmy Carter. It is interesting that it appears Catherine is taking up the concerns highlighted by her father-in-law, the Prince's Trust, which is clever, in that the trust has always catered to the disadvantaged regardless of whatever category humans are currently chopped up and slotted into race, gender, sex, or class, etc. Also interesting that William made of its work in his post-coronation speech at the concert. and that the charity itself was the main focus of King Charles III's charity, which sent a message on how he wished to reign. The Prince's trust is non-political and non-self-serving. When Harry and Meghan clapped back on service is universal, I don't think they quite understood the kind of service Her Majesty and the late Queen was talking about. Meghan reminds me of the wife-girlfriend of a football player, jumping every half year from one new job to another. Even though she could have had issues she could do but just doesn't want to. Both Harry and Meghan will never figure this out, because in order for them to focus their effort, they have to have a genuine desire to work. If they have the desire to work and to actually make an impact, not just, look like they make an impact, they will figure out which causes to focus on. Seems to me this burst of charity is merely to justify her award tonight. As long as that continues, it is no wonder many question her authenticness. It boggles the noggin that two mental midgets are allowed anywhere near children in need of mental health services. The duo should have a whole section in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders devoted to their wide range of mental disorders. The duo should also be kept the hell away from children with mental health issues. They are neither qualified nor have the moral compass to be associated with these children. I'd be flaming hot if our children were used by the duo for publicity purposes. One commenter said, "I don't even understand why Harry and Meghan are fake royaling. If service is universal, why not donate the funds from Archwell instead of merely talking as if what they say is groundbreaking and inspirational?" Actually, this is just their lame attempt to compete with their arch-nemesis William and Catherine. Kensington Palace announced last week that Catherine would be doing youth engagements for Mental Health Awareness Week Tuesday and Thursday, so they predictably posted their shit on Monday. Not very relevant, but there was a previous post of a series of pictures of Harry looking at Kate with adoration on his face. It was in the press that they got along really well. I've always thought that Harry only married Meghan because she resembled Kate, same long brown hair, and pretended to be his mother. Unfortunately, they are nothing alike on the inside. I'm sure that's also why Meghan hates Kate so much. She knows she's just a stand-in for the real thing. What do you think about Harry and Meghan's shameful failure to run a mental health organization? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.